So in 2018, I was diagnosed with post-traumatic stress and traumatic brain injury. So everywhere I go now, I have a four-legged furry friend that really sort of starts to tell my story before anyone's had a chance to meet me. Alden Partridge's rigorous lifestyle is a good example of what's helped me. Exercise has been one of the cornerstones of how to kind of regain my sense of self. When I come here, it's special. It feels more like home than any other place. I feel grounded here. A couple of my favorite runs here are, say, up Turkey Hill or really going up to the cemetery. We're now in a place that we have friends there. And going and viewing campus from that particular spot and seeing their final resting place, seeing the view that they have and that their families have when they come to visit, is a good reminder of where we all started. I knew that I wanted to be a soldier, and this was the place that helped me become a professional at my craft. I arrived at Norwich University as a combat veteran from Desert Storm, where I had been in the Army Reserve. The early seeds, if you will, of my PTS and sort of the beginning of erosion of resiliency were from Desert Storm, from the effects of facing indirect fire, reacting to the Scud missile attack that killed Americans in Saudi Arabia. 4th of July, after I came home, if I know the fireworks are coming, it's okay. But if there's a loud concussive explosion, it can catch me off guard. Sometimes that'll definitely get my attention, set my heart racing. Your fight or flight definitely kicks in. So that first cannon fire on that first night was a bit of a surprise for me because I didn't know that it was coming. And there was a visceral response, that there's something that I'd experienced before, and this was sort of bringing me back to that moment. And I didn't recognize exactly what that was. And it was probably years later that I understood that that's the response that I had. The diagnosis itself came as not a surprise and also a relief to know that there was something there, that it had a name, and that there were some approaches and treatment that were potentially going to be helpful.
The person loses the layers of protection they have from an emotional standpoint, and their RPM goes at 4,000 very quickly, from 0 to 4,000 RPM from an emotional experience standpoint, in a way that is unpredictable. Those symptoms in itself are exhausting. They are purely exhausting. And that's where there's also a contribution of isolation, of fear, hopelessness, of helplessness, of depression that also comes along and complicates the clinical picture, if you will. Situations where you feel defeated or where you struggle, there's a way out of that. It's temporary, and there's a way to manage it. And the way to manage it is to pause and make the space for reflection.
Often, we just need someone to tell us that it's okay to do the thing that we probably know we should be doing. Fear of change, fear of discovering that maybe we're a monster, fear of losing people in our lives can be an insulator to action.
What Chris represents to us, first of all, is excellence. someone who had big, lofty goals in life and career to become a Green Beret and to pull that off and to do that job for several decades. So he's an inspiration for that. That's inspiring. But the fact that he's human and he's not bulletproof and that he's willing to talk to people and be an advocate for mental health and say, hey, I'm dealing with this stuff, when it's not easy to do that publicly, does more of a public service, not just for Norwich, but for everybody, that mental health is okay to talk about that. The first thing you need to do is talk to somebody quickly. He tells people,
don't wait. Don't wait. Life's too short. And every moment that we put off, spending the right time the right way with some precision can make a huge difference in how you feel in the moment, but definitely how you perform tomorrow.
You're not alone. And people who have been fortunate enough not to experience exactly what you've experienced still can help and still can understand how to help you and be there for you.
One of the aspects of the staff and faculty here is how much they want us to be the best versions of ourselves and how much they invest in us, how much of themselves they give to who we are and who we become. I think it's significantly humbling to me to be a member of our alumni family.
I was taught that the day you join the Norwich family means that you will never ever be alone ever again, no matter where you are in the world. If you do find yourself in that situation where you feel in despair, you gotta know you're not alone, and that there's a lot of other people out there dealing with the same thing, and all you have to do is reach out to anybody in that network and just tell them you want to talk, tell them you need some help, and we'll be there for you.
I feel incredibly fortunate to have had this experience. It's sent me on a path, not just of exploration, not just of adventure, not just of accomplishment, but real meaning. Everyone who comes here benefits from everyone else.
Here comes the rest of our lives.